Okay, so tonight we're having chicken tacos, and I'm just making a quick little slaw for it. So I have some cabbage and some carrots that are shredded, and then I added 2 green onions and a couple tablespoons of cilantro, and then I'm going to juice a whole lime and put it in there, along with about a tablespoon of olive oil and then a little salt and pepper. I'm warming up the chicken that I cooked yesterday for the chicken nachos, and then I'm going to add like a ½ cup or so of salsa to it. Here they are all done. You got the leftover chicken that I heated up with some of the slaw that I made and some cheese and some sour cream. Just want to show you guys this as it comes out of the oven because it looks so pretty. We are having pizza tonight. Alright, there's dinner. Homemade pepperoni pizza, some veggies that we just steamed in the microwave from a frozen bag of veggies, and a mandarin orange. Alright, here's dinner. We have some carrot ginger soup, which I filmed before, and I'll put the link down below, and a grilled cheese. Tonight I'm going to attempt to make Reuben soup. I have no recipe. I'm just going to try and do a cream of Reuben soup. We'll see how it works. Right now I'm melting 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to saute 1 white onion really quickly because everything's better with onion in it. Okay, so I froze the leftovers from the corned beef and cabbage that we had a couple weeks ago, and now I am going to put them in the food processor here and just kind of whirl them around a little bit with the onions that I sauteed, just until they're like chunky but not like pureed. I'm also going to add a packet of sauerkraut to this. There, that looks good enough to me. So in the pot here I have 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to go ahead and melt those and then add 4 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to make a roux. I'm adding my 4 tablespoons of flour, and now I'm just going to whisk that around pretty constantly for about 2 minutes until I get a nice pretty golden color and all the raw flour flavor is cooked out. There we go. And now I'm going to add in very slowly 2 cups of warmed milk. Then I'm just going to stir this around for a couple minutes until it's thickened. And now I'm going to add in some of the beef broth that the corned beef was cooked in, and stir that around. And then I'm going to add, I had a couple of slices of Swiss cheese left over from when we had Reubens, and I just kind of crumbled those up, and I'm going to add those and stir those around and then wait for this to thicken again. At this point too, I'm also going to add some Thousand Island to it, just a couple squirts of it, and see how it tastes. Okay, now that it started to thicken again, I'm going to add in 2 cups of beef broth and then stir that around and let that thicken up a little bit. Then I'm going to add in a good amount of caraway seeds, which is kind of going to give it that rye bread flavor. Okay, now I'm going to add this mixture that I chopped up before in the food processor in. I'm just going to turn the heat down to a simmer and let all these guys hang out and combine flavors. Okay guys, so I'm just making some jarred sauce and meatballs today. But on the side, I'm going to make some roasted broccoli. So in the bowl here, I have about a pound of chopped up broccoli. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 cloves of minced garlic, a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and then I'm going to mix that all together. Another thing I'm doing for the roasted broccoli is toasting a 1/3 cup of panko crumbs. I have my oven preheated to 425, and then I'm just going to stick them in there for about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to add in the toasted panko crumbs and toss that around. Okay, I've got the broccoli back in the pan, and now I'm going to put it in a 425-degree oven for about 10 minutes. The last step, now that I've got the broccoli out of the oven, is to toss it with a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Alright, there's dinner. Roasted broccoli, spaghetti with meatballs, and homemade bread with butter.